So there's a lot of things, a lot of important things that are going to be done during the Trump administration. Overhauling the Federal Reserve, getting rid of the IRS. Those are two very important things. But something that is also very important is the education system. The education system is the lead, sort of the cultural and academic lead of the country. That is the future of the country. So, first of all, I'd get rid of the Department of Education altogether. It's not constitutional. It's an overextension of the Commerce Clause. And really, government shouldn't be involved in education at all. Government, as in any institution, whether it be in the medieval period, you had the church involved in education. You had something like a combination of the church or state that was involved thereafter. You have, the leftists, the German idealists that promoted the whole Marxist thing and the whole relativist type stuff that got involved in education. It's always the wrong people that seem to have the influence, or at least the influence that gets picked up in education. You wonder why people can't think straight. They don't teach critical thinking skills. They're not teaching how to integrate how all these subjects, or any particular subject, how, what is the essence of that subject? How do you, for example, with grammar, they're not teaching phonics, they teach rote memorization. In science, they're not teaching, empiricism and then, a methodology to build up from that. It's like they just slam a jamma concepts for you to memorize, and all these little disconnected facts to memorize, like, who is Isaac Newton, and what is the general theory of relativity, that kind of thing. At least I'm talking about in high schools. Get rid of public education altogether. Now, private corporate education, like a privatized type of education, should focus on integration. They shouldn't focus on all this other peripheral stuff. High schools should not be even focused on things like sociology or psychology. It should be focused on mathematics, science, proper grammar, art to some degree, and some other, like, the really basic subjects, history, specifically just knowing the facts of history and getting the essentials and the principles of mathematics. So you can conceptualize mathematics. Comprehension is a big deal. You teach comprehension, not rote memorization, but you have to actually think in an abstract way. You have to be able to use both induction and deduction, in order to arrive at a conclusion, or at least, Now, when you get to college, then you can start to present arguments. At least that's the higher level of college, but we're not doing that in high school. Now, this is really important because the leftists have taken over education, and they're taking over the culture as a result. The way things are going, yes, Generation Z is rebelling against a lot of this, but you can see the trend. You can see where this is going. Very slowly, we're marching off into a totalitarianism type of political system, partially as a result of the education system. The education system needs to be completely overhauled, totally overhauled. And I'd say a big part of that is just eliminating public education altogether. Get rid of public schools, replace it with private schools, save the taxpayers a whole lot of money. And then, private education, they have to compete with other institutions. They're going to provide you with the best service.